Alyssa Farah Griffin feels for Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake after the pop star revealed she had an abortion in her tell-all memoir, The Woman in Me. On the Monday, October 23, installment of The View, Behind the Table podcast, Griffin said she felt strongly that both parents should have a say in what happens with the child, before empathizing with the former couple regarding the incredible pressure they'd both been under at the time. "I'm going to try to give them both a little grace," she admitted, explaining that they'd wanted to talk about the gut-punch revelation on The View, but the subject was dicey on a number of levels. The former White House aide went on to point out how difficult it must have been for both Timberlake and Spears to navigate how they were supposed to be perceived by their fans. They had to live this myth and pretend, while playing very as-if-ed people in their public lives, that they were virgins, which as an adult now I'm like, of course they weren't, she said. "I think it exposes like a human side of a story that, in retrospect, that totally makes sense that they went through all of those struggles," she added. The challenge that it presents is a tough topic to talk about in the context of reproductive health. Griffin shared her hopes that writing about the experience was helpful to the "Baby, One More Time" singer, noting that now everyone can see how important having kids was to her. "She's got her kids," she had talked about wanting to have more. "I could dissect how Britney was treated for hours," she continued. "The pressures of being hypersexualized with then having to pretend you're a virgin. They both, in different ways, went through and I'm gonna try to give them both a little grace in it," Griffin said. As OK previously reported, Spears confessed that she wouldn't have gone through with the abortion if the decision had been only hers to make. Justin definitely wasn't happy about the pregnancy. "He said we weren't ready to have a baby in our lives, that we were way too young," she wrote. "I'm sure people will hate me for this, but I agreed not to have the baby. I don't know if that was the right decision." And yet Justin was so sure that he didn't want to be a father. Following the release of the Princess of Pop's memoir, a source spilled that Mirror's artist was trying not to concern himself with what was said in the pages. In recent years, Justin has tried to be supportive of Britney from a distance, the source said. "They dated so long ago, but he still has respect for her.